Okay, if you're joining us, this is the Masters semifinal against, Victor Ashkenazi versus Frank DiMaggio. Frank is the yellow checkers. Victor is the black checkers. We have no cube right now. Oh, no, pardon me. I take that back. Frank has a cube, and he's just trying to avoid leaving the shot and building a board, waiting for Victor to come in. One last three to play. It seems about right. All right, Victor's those checkers that are on the. Oh, all right, so Victor has some pretty rough shot leaving numbers. All right, Frank is ready. Six, anything without another six is going to leave a direct shot. Yep, this is 17 numbers hit right now. So 17 times. Oh, and there's the hit. And you got a five to play. I think you give him the 1-6. Yep. And if Victor doesn't come in hitting, Frank can double him out. And there it goes. Okay, so Frank comes off to a 2-0 lead. This is the Masters semifinals. Both strong players. Victor's probably a little better known. He's been playing a long time. He used to work at Goldman Sachs. He's very much a computer player, usually plays at a very low PR. That's a performance rating that is determined by computer XG, extreme gammon. If you're taking up backgammon, it's definitely something you should get in your arsenal. Something that helps you with your match play, something that helps you play better. So right now, weirdly, the baffle box is on the home board, not the outfield, which is unusual, but I guess they set up the clock there, and sometimes people are both right-handed, and it's just easier if the clock is on their left. So right now, Frank's leading 2-0. It has a very decisive lead here in this particular game. He's got a prime in front of Vic. Vic needs a 1-6, 2-5, or 2-6 to leap it. 4-3. So Victor has some decisions. He can hit twice. He can just come in from the 13. But anything he does still will involve some risk. There's going to be a checker out there. It's 7 away, 10 away. So that 8 probably is just going to go free. He's going to run his checker. Frank's going to run his checker from the 20. Pardon me, from the 21 all the way through. Yep, this looks right. Now Victor needs to contain that last checker. 2-3's not the greatest, but probably scoot up with the 2. Then that looks right. Lift that checker. Not a lot of flexibility, but it also stops the blitz. All right, 4-3. Frank's going to point on him. There's a lot of returns here. There's 2-5, 2-6, 3-5, 1-6. 2-4, however, is not a return. It's giving Frank an 8 and some also pointing and closing numbers. That looks right. Yeah. 2-3. You have one more. You may as well come up. It's the same amount of numbers hitting on you, pointing on you. And that builder right there is not going to do you much good. If Victor responds with a 4 cover, then it's going to be harder for you to get out. I think I would have screwed up the extra. All right, 3-1. Usually you make your 5-point instantaneous, but this is because he stayed back. This is a good block for that checker on the 21. All right, 5-2. Victor needs a 3. Does not get it. So Frank's board's going to improve. Frank's getting close to a cube. Oh, double 6. Probably too good now. Victor needs a 6-1 to stay in this, and 4-5 is not it. Okay, so took a slight racing lead for yellow. Really want to start thinking about cubes here. Still early in the match, but it's looking like you've got a very commanding structure in front of him. You want to make Victor pay. 5-1. Not Frank's best roll here. He doesn't want to go back behind that prime, so he's not going to be hitting. He's just going to be dumping. And that problem is the ace on the checker on the 1 point ends up being a liability. Meanwhile, Victor's getting a stronger board. So 5-1. That's actually a good roll. I don't think you do it this way. I think you pick and pat. If you play the other checker, you get to hit him and cover. Sometimes Victor doesn't come in. Sometimes he comes in on the 3 instead of the 2. You don't like him that far back because he's going to get a lot more shots from there. Like the 6-1, now all of a sudden Frank's looking super awkward. He's only got a good 5-2 to play. Oh, but some of the pressure comes off because the 6-2 means Victor's coming down with 2. He's stuck in the race too far to run out. So he's going to come down with 2, and then Frank has the decision whether he's going to cube or not. All right, let's see. I'm going to be able to do, I'm much better at apparent counting, so. Let's cross, it would have been even, that would have been down 14, down 8, down 3, down 7, down 7, that is 7. So the difference is 20-something pips. Frank really needs to start thinking about cubing these. It's not, he wants to get these points and not get some unlucky, okay, so this is Victor running, both in from the back. Yep. So because he didn't cube, now Victor is already caught up in this race. You may want to slot your 3 here, come in from the 7. But even looking at this doesn't look that great. All right, 3-2. Kind of want to unstack your heavy points here. I think off the 5 or the 4 would be a better call. But if you're going to roll 1-2, it really is not going to matter what would you do. 5-3 for Vic. Oh, Vic's going to start thinking about a cube. Oh, and that stops that. 4-3. All right, that's 8 checkers. Oh. All right, so Frank's got 10 checkers, and it looks like Victor's got 9. But his are all on the 6 and 5, and Frank's already moved to the 5 and 4 with 1 on the ace. But Victor probably doesn't have a cube yet. However, after rolling double 6s, Victor definitely has a cube, unless Frank can counteract with a 5. Nope, that is not a counteraction. That's a double. That's a point for Victor.
Hey, Carter.
Hey, Matt.
Friends.
Huh?
Hey, it's Rich Munitz here. How's it going, guys?
Hey, Rich.
They may have been drinking. I'm not sure. I smell hops.
You smell hops? Well, of course. That's Rich's go-to is beer, isn't it?
The treetop. Yeah. So yeah,
What's going on? And they're gonna help you.
All right, I think we're gonna get some commentating, some commentator to join me. Maybe.
looks like they're playing backgammon.
Oh dear God, I feel like it's a non-sober commentator from Boston.
Yeah, this is Rich. Okay.
All right, that's the 5 points. Fanning. All right. Got a prime in front of him if Victor doesn't perform, which he didn't. He came in and he's going to have to leave another shot. Frank should double this. Frank's thinking about it, thinking about it. You don't have to think that hard about it, Frank.
Yeah,
Victor really is not going to like to take this cube. He's lost his mid. There it is.
I really don't see how you can take this. You got no structure, big stacks of block.
Yep. Well, there we go. Real easy run play. Yep. 2-4 coming down and making the 9 point. Four two and hit. You want to get rid of that heavy stack on your 6 point.
You don't want your opponent anchoring up on that block. You fight for it early. 5-1.
5-1.
Well, I think you're just going to. You're just going to make.
Double tiger. Ugh.
Okay, well, one person. Oh, they're using a baffle box. No wonder I'm confused.
All right, 5-3.
Yeah, we're lying. 3. With the safety of that anchor, they can kind of attack away. You kind of stepped into danger.
All right. That checker just goes all the way around.
All the way around the board. And it doesn't much matter what the race is. You're just not going to leave them there exposed to all that. You're going to take your chances and go. 5-2.
Victor's got a nice board. Frank doesn't really have a board yet, but the problem is Victor being stuck on that 18 point. He's going to have a hard time extricating without rolling a bunch of doubles. And these double fours for Frank are going to really come in handy. Now, Frank's got to determine what the race is.
Yeah, it's quick. Certainly looks like he's ahead at this point.
Oh, and in discuss.
Just a quick 4-1 lead.
with that. Certainly,
Hey, Victor's up. Victor's down 4-1, and he's looking like to kill him again. Frank has just had all the dice this match, and really needs to think. Oh, double two. So this looks like one. I think I just make the 4-point here, but there is some merit to hitting him off the 2. Not as thrilled about this play. Yeah, it makes a prime, but then now you just cube him out? Or you think this is too good?
yeah, we're back. Great. As long as both keep rolling. Yeah, so the idea is bringing the checkers closer. That much risk goes out, not escaping. So six, 3, 4. Yeah, you bring them around. You can't diversify the builders. And so now you can't hit. So you decide between putting 2 checkers in and cleaning up for 21 damage. So you're leaving double 4s the other way, and the idea here is you're likely to win the gammon anyway. So why leave the shot? Three, three. Trip one. So we certainly want to be. No, no, normally you don't want the. Usually, usually the baffle box should not be on the homeboard side because it tends to be clogged up with checkers. Uh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. And it is a legal moves tournament, so you can ask yourself. Sounds like somebody. We don't know if Part is muted, but usually when he's around, you can hear him.
Yeah, I'm muted.
Oh, okay. I'm sure you had a lot of great things to say that nobody heard. Yeah. So Frank being ahead in this match is going to be a little bit gammon shy. You don't want to give up a big game. So he's going to tend to want to make an advanced anchor like he did. That will protect against the gammon. Victor is going to be a little bit more aggressive this game. Five, three. Who rolls? So you'll notice that there are only two checkers on the 8 point. So you might think about coming out to the bar here. Oh, but where's the three? There is no. So maybe Victor being, worried for gammon here, maybe he wants to slot his 5 point. Challenge Frank to break the 4 point anchor with an ace. Okay. That worked out. Certainly going to hit. Okay, now we got a different choice. And, the midpoint is stripped. So you're leaving that checker back on the 10 point, and it's a hit is going to come at the cost of breaking the midpoint, which you don't want to do. Yeah, so you don't want Frank remaking that point, so you're going to hit him off. You see, so now he's going to think about hitting that second checker on his 4-point. Being ahead in the match, you're going to be a little bit cautious, but it's the wrong idea to try and be totally cautious. You can't let him anchor on that point. I like the cue. Yeah. No, you can't. He's ahead. He's playing on. Oh, there's two on the bar, He enters one, then you think about it. Yeah, and now you're going to want to hit that last checker, go for broke. You certainly would rather get hit on the ace point than have him anchor. Three-one. So you're going to just come up to the bar and bring another checker in range. And that covers. And bringing more ammunition down. Double twos is not a disaster with 3 men on the bar, so you can take some liberties here. That left him susceptible to a bad double four. I'm not sure if that was the right idea there. When you're in these positions where there's pretty much very little that can go wrong, you got to worry about really come down to the 11 point and the 5 point. Get a guy closer. You're not worried about getting stuck back there, and the anchor is not so important with 3 checkers on the bar. Okay, well, it's going to take an accident at this point. Oh yeah, you come out all the way, so your double threes will work.
Can you hear feedback?
Not much. It sounds like somebody's with the lights. Yeah, with 3 on the bar, you're potentially thinking about winning a backgammon. You don't want to be reckless, but typically 3 on the bar is when backgammons become realistic possibilities. But basically, this game is going to be a gammon if an accident doesn't occur. So you don't want to take too much risk. The risk is to win a backgammon, not a gammon, in these situations. Is Carter there?
Yellow. All right, so they're on break right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now, Carter.
Okay. Is there feedback?
A little bit, like a saber sword. Looks good now.
Now you sound
Yeah.
good.
Well, Carter's now on. We weren't hearing Carter.
Here are my dulcet tones. I'm sure they're taking a break because Victor's getting his ass smoked.
How well do you hear us, Carter?
You guys sound fine. But Scotty, you keep mumbling into the mic, and Rich is kind of going in and out of the mic. So,
It's close to it.
right.
Okay, so this is good.
Yeah, that's good. That's a lot better.
Okay, yeah, I guess you just got to get close.
This works if he hears. No, I'm just sitting quietly because I didn't because of the feedback.
Carter, can you hear me? I'm like standing behind you.
I can hear you, Matt.
There.
All right, so
Is that 8-1? Am I reading that score
Yeah.
correctly?
yeah, Frank is smoking Vic. Good old 5 away, 12 away.
Was there a big
Well,
game or he nibbled
You know,
away?
with the stripped 8 point, I think I come out to the opponent's bar point. It's a little less problematic there. And you know, he's so far ahead in the match. You know, he really wants to make an advanced anchor on the bar, or you know, create a good defensive position.
He wants to make it an answer.
Oh, look at this double 5.
5-5. Okay.
Let's him, Frank.
Let's
Victor hasn't been able to do anything anyway.
Yeah, you know, you're not going to leave a blot on the 8 points, so just make the 3. Yeah.
All right, yep, standard for what Vic's been
I
rolling.
see what's been happening.
Oh, watch this.
It certainly wasn't a double over there. He's got 9 in the zone, but with the 5 point being made on Victor's side of the board, it's just too much. Especially being ahead, you got to be extra cautious giving that cube.
Feels like a cube now.
Yeah, certainly this looks like a reasonable cube.
QB doesn't want to take.
Playing on too good, maybe?
No. Not work.
So
Looks into Crawford.
There are
It's
10
too good now.
shown here, so now it's you know, I guess you kind of keep rolling. You should get another blot.
Oh, not just another blot. Well, I guess you just make the 2 point.
Yeah, you're gonna make the 2 point. Points are
Yeah, he's
points.
playing cooler.
I mean, you got no ammunition to hit back, but you know, points are points. You just got to close points.
Yeah, you don't need to be that excited about making the 4 point over the 2 right now. This is more important.
I mean, when you're in a blitz situation, deep points are as good as pure, you know, further back points. In fact, you make a deep point, and all of your checkers are that much closer to the open point that you want to make next.
6-2.
6-2.
Blocking double 4. That's not. I don't think what you need.
That's the wrong idea here. You want all the builders aiming at that guy on the 4 point. If he rolls double 4, it's a great roll anyway.
All right, here's what happens when you don't hit the way you're supposed to and don't cover the way you're supposed to. You got to hit him on the 2. You don't you want 2 in the air. He's only got a 2-point board against you.
The last thing you want is for your opponent to anchor here. It doesn't matter where they anchor. You don't want them anchoring.
Right.
Just hit away.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, Victor's doing all he can to give this game up. So hit twice, call it a day.
Yeah, hit 2 up. You're going to double hit here.
All right, Frank. Good eye, finally. That's cute. All right, if Victor doesn't roll a double 4, oh God. However, if Frank does,
Yeah.
4-3, that closes.
Okay, well, hopefully he can extract that back checker.
No accident.
Yeah. Keep back. What are you doing? Double. There's no bad number for you now, except.
Double 2.
The dice,
Yeah, but even that's not that bad. But the problem is when he moves that 1 from the 5 to the 3, now all of a sudden.
yeah, you start to have some trouble in the bear off.
Right.
The bear off will eventually come, and at that point you regret putting those spares deep down.
Now, I don't.
You want your spares on
He
the
can
back
clear
checkers.
the 6 right now.
Yeah, I mean at this point in the match, you're happy getting 4 points. You don't need to try and get the 6 points and get to 14. Oh, the cube is centered.
Yeah, centered.
Right.
Okay, well,
Yeah, Frank's not going to make a mistake.
all 3.
He's not going to worry.
But yeah, you don't tend to worry about it too much.
Right. He may get the triple here. One more bad, yeah, something like this set, or just 2 off. Victor comes in with 1.
Yeah, he certainly wants to come in with 1 here at least.
You're right. Frank rolls set. Oh, okay. Victor needs to come in. All right.
Okay.
So Victor will save the backgammon, but he's getting gammoned. And that break didn't help Victor.
I was about to say, how aggressive is Victor going to cube? He's made his 5-point and then immediately to double 5s before I could even get it out of my mouth. No chance to even think about it.
Yeah.
I think if Frank had wrote some kind of bad number, maybe he could have played aggressively there. With, how soon do you cube at these scores? Like, as soon as you make your 5-point, it's almost a cube.
Yeah.
I wish we had Victor and Frank mic'd, because I know Frank would have wanted a hedge being the Masters semifinal, and I know Victor said no, so I'm sure Frank is needling him right now about I gave you a chance. So
Well,
here we are. Victor's gonna get into a back game this quick.
Victor was looking to get to in order to hedge.
Right.
I've come back from this score.
Yeah, 3 away, 12 away that's nothing.
It's hard. It's hard, but this match can still get very, very exciting.
At some point, your opponent stops rolling the Joker to recover.
Well,
it's a reversion to the mean. This dice can't get worse.
Any day of the week, I'd rather have good dice than have to play well.
You're right.
It's really,
That's 6.
it makes things very easy for you. Yeah, well,
You have 7s and 8s.
there's no reason to hit. You're outboarded.
All right, you're hit.
Okay. Well, 6-2 is one of those numbers that's hitting from the bar, or
4-6 also is hitting from the bar, but I think he's just gonna,
6-4.
Oh, it's 6-4.
Safe it up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think you just run with it. You don't. Yeah, this is it.
It's 50-50.
Okay, well, 6-4. If you didn't expect double four, you expected 6-4.
What's the count, Carter?
Oh, do you think I have Snowy open?
Yes.
Well, I think both players have less than 167 here. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they're down 2, 26. Down 26, less 8.
This is as
Down
many points as
14.
you have on the board.
14, down
Not always
12. Down 12, 6 is 6. It's like 6, 8 pips. Oh, 2-1 sucks.
Okay, so it's shot time. So who's ahead, Carter?
Black was yellow was ahead 6 pips.
Yeah. So you're gonna hit him off the ace point. Just get that checker out of there. If you survive this, then you can start dumping your spares behind.
Yep. Yeah, you want to get him off the ace. I mean, you don't really have a lot of great numbers here. You're just hoping he comes in either fanning or he comes in like out in the 5. All right. Yeah, this is a take. Victor cubes because you need something to change. And nothing changes with Victor.
Yeah.
So 5-4, perfect roll.
And you're certainly not going to leave a bunch
Yeah,
of
you're not
shots out there. There are so many
volunteering
points
double
open,
shots.
you can't afford to leave a blot in the outfield. So many combinations hit.
2EH minus.
A double 5s is no. I was gonna say that would be the perfect number. I think you just clear the 8.
There's nothing else you're going to do here other than clear the 8. You have to hope for something better next turn. You cannot volunteer against that board on the other side.
Yeah, and if he rolls higher than an 8, oh God, no.
I mean,
So
he
landing
did
place,
save a
but,
6 and he kept his landing spot, so you never know, it could work out, but you kind of burned your checkers and still you got a lot of bad numbers.
Right. I mean, you don't have any builders where they need to be. You kill the checker, and now you're stripped. So I guess the only good thing is Victor can't cube again.
Double 5s plays.
How about 3-2?
Yeah, well,
Get bold.
there's that.
There it is.
And cover. I mean, Victor hasn't been hitting, so I feel like this is the safe play. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Standard double 3s. Cover. Come down.
Well, you're going to come down with at least one. The question is, you got to look. You got to look, right? This
Right.
is how you play it. You always.
Well, this is duplicated 4-3, but you have one more 3 to play, so.
Right.
So it's 3-4 and 3-1.
He has one more 3, so it's probably coming down.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you're limiting the number of blots, but you want to make as much movement as you can make while that checker is on the bar. And the way to do that is not to bury pips inside the home board.
One more 3 to play.
Right, and the other problem is if he rolls something reasonable, he's going to still have those 2 points. If you come down, maybe you roll a 5, you can hold one of the checkers.
Come down and risk it.
All right, you're going to need to clear that. Oh, sure enough, why not?
Double 2, okay. And I think you want to make the 11 point there. You don't
Just
want him to come
4-1,
in and have to clear
4-4.
that point from the back with opposition from 2 different
3
points.
rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. 3-4, 3-1.
Oh. 4-2.
Yeah, I don't mind this play. I feel like you cleared the point. Your only real horror number is double fours. Ooh, 3-6 is actually pretty good for Frank.
Save the G.
So
Cube's already turned.
the cube is turned. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Frank's got the cube.
Frank's got the cube, but you can think about doubling here, right? As much as
How many rolls don't get by?
as much as
26.
turning it to 4 and
26
having
rolls
it come
go by.
back to 8 is scary. This game is virtually gin. You
Right.
gotta think about it.
He's just gonna roll.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, does Victor want to see a 4 cube here?
No, I mean, hell, Frank, if he rolls a couple sets, he could have a running G here.
Well, just
You
keep
may as well take a roll.
Cashed it
Yeah,
out, but
take a roll.
as you can see, he lost his market. Now you tend to want to lose your market at these lopsided scores, but
These are Crawford. That's the key.
he on the other hand, his market might have been lost last turn.
Yeah, but why cube
Wild.
then? I mean, even if he rolls a set of sixes, then you can cube. You may as well take a shot or two at like double six, double five. Like there was no reason to cube then.
No.
All right, standard. Victor slots his 5. Frank gets his 5. Oh, hey, Victor showing some life.
You're still the favorite, even if you don't get 5.
He has to hit you.
Right. A whole parlay of rolls have to take place. So, it's quite possibly a pass there. It's not like 8 points wins Victor the match, right? It gets him to 9.
Right.
And he's still got work to do. And that means that, it's not nearly as deep a take as it is normally when you're that close. And
Is he going to hit loose on the 1 or come out?
Frank's coming down because he seems not to be taking much risk.
which is probably appropriate.
Yep.
Uh,
However,
What?
you better hit now.
Yeah.
yeah, you got to unstack that heavy point, and there's going to be so many returns anyway.
He just wants to anchor up.
Victor finally got a roll.
Yeah.
Anchor up.
Yeah, you're certainly going to anchor on the 4 point here. There's the
Right.
way you think about hitting. Anchor is your defense.
Blocking.
Yeah, I mean, and Victor is kind of looking at he might have a cube here.
He doesn't. It's Crawford, Rick.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Well, I think it was an extra cube anyway. Aside from that minor detail of Crawford.
Those little technicalities really start
Yeah.
bumming out your eval.
Well, this is why it's good to have more than one person on the commentary, because could you imagine if I was saying, why isn't he doubling the whole game? You
It would be setting you on fire. What about hitting with the 5-2 outside?
I think he's got to keep his ankle.
Well, he's got 2 of them.
Yeah, that's not the greatest of anchors.
I mean, you got to look at it, right?
Right.
And if it's, sure, you don't want to be gammoned at Crawford, but frankly, at 1 away, 12 away, you
Right.
got plays to win the game in the match. You don't want to just let it slip away
Look
slowly.
at this fun 6-3.
He's 104.
Well, yes, but
Yeah.
when
Right.
you're so far away, that 2 points is not as big a swing as it is when you're closer.
Victor's gonna have to mind that gap. 4-2. Another fun number.
Yeah.
Frank's TMP. points. Kind of
6-2. Well, this would be a great
This is the time.
opportunity to run out to the 13 point, but it's blocked.
Other than that, how was the play, Mrs. Lincoln? Yeah, I guess you just come in, break the 8.
gotta break the.
Well, I don't know.
So you get them slot
There
the
is a
five?
blot. Maybe you run off the bar point, the 18 point, and duplicate the threes.
Right. 3s, but you get pounded with 6s.
You gotta loosen something up there, right? You can't like hope to hold all those points in the outfield and hope to roll doubles at some point. This seems like a great opportunity to.
Just 7.
All right. This looks good for Victor.
Yeah.
Of course, until.
Roll doubles.
Oh, what's this?
Push on.
So, yeah, I mean, I think you got to move from the bar point.
And make the 5. You go up and both.
I like making the 5 and then maybe scooting up 2.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give yourself
18.
sixes to play. Not that they're great sixes.
What's the count? That's close.
I just want more teeth in my board. I mean, Victor's only going to have a 4-point board. I can have also a 4-point board.
Victor's up.
All right.
Yeah.
You got a little measly spare. This isn't necessarily the worst. Oh, and this 3-2 is going to be shot somewhere.
No, he's gonna leave. He's gonna go to the ace point. There's no reason to leave a shot.
How's he going to go to the ace point? It's
What
a
roll
3.
is it? It's a 3-2, right?
Yeah.
3-1.
Yeah, that's a shot. 3-1. Oh, what? What are you talking about, Rich?
Yeah.
He's anchored on his 4-point. 3-2 does not avoid unless he breaks his 5 and then goes 2.
13, 10, and 3-1.
3-1. Play.
Oh, okay. So, sorry, he's using the spare down. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does
Okay.
not matter.
He didn't see it either.
He's just used to getting pounded. All right. Well, I'd lose my midpoint, and I think I'd move up with 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just shift the 2 outfield points.
Oh, but maybe you go all the way 18, 14, because then some of the 6s play pretty crappy.
Yeah.
Well, the 6s are going to play crappy anyway, but you got
Right.
6s are killed. On the other side.
you got to give yourself some play.
Right. I mean, I like 18, 16. Yeah, I think I like 18, 16. This and then lose the bar.
Yeah.
You want to keep connection.
You're keeping all your checkers connected.
Right.
Granted, they're connected with 5s in both places, so you're limiting your options, but it seems the best that you can do. Okay, and this is a great roll. He's going to clear his 10-point.
Yep. Yeah, you still have pressure on your opponent who's anchored on your 4.
Yeah, and 4s are not playing well anywhere on the board.
However,
as long as you keep rolling doubles,
not to be denied.
So this is a tough choice, right?
12.
Yeah.
Well,
every play
if
you can see.
If you make your 5, you give them some really fun numbers like 6-4.
Well, I don't know that he's got to come up to the bar. I think he
Well,
may
you know
want
he's
to.
down.
He may want to
Well,
come down to the 8-point. This gives him ways to play, right?
Yeah, it seems better than coming to the bar.
Yeah.
Like now, look at his 5-4.
But Victor is stripped, so he's got to look at the fact that all those points in the outfield from Victor, there are no spares anywhere. They've all got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think at this point he's got to leave a shot. So yeah, I mean, you leave kind of small number of shots, but now you got 2 spares to play with if you get away with it.
I feel like he's getting hit with a 10 now. It's not even going to be a 2. It's just going to be a 10.
Maybe
Frank has had all the dice this match. This is some of the contact, though, I think Victor needed.
No, there's no reason to do that. You don't need to save 2 6s. You need to save 1 6. Because, yes, you got a 6, but then the other checker is going to have to move anyway.
All right. Lose the mid.
Yeah. So the game is likely to turn into a race at this point. So at this point, Victor is not going to leave a shot. So you want to start some of your, one of your home board points here.
Right. I mean, I'd come down with you lose the mid, and then I think you slot the 5, and then you probably go 11-9. So you have the most orders for the 5.
Exactly. You cannot hold the midpoint and the 21 point.
This is the wrong concept.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you got to look at Victor's spares that he has out there. He's got time. You don't have time. You got to give up that midpoint.
Especially after you already killed the checker, made the ace. Now you've got an open 6 and 5. So Victor's going to be able to play free, and you're going to be coming into some painful numbers.
Bring him down. Yeah.
Just come down and slot.
I mean, the only thing that you're no. I mean, 6-3 is a problem number.
Yeah, I like this. Slot the 5 and then break.
Yeah.
You want the maximum numbers to make a 5-point board. There you are. Yeah, I think Frank would get it. He's got it. All right, 6-2. So Frank, of course, wants any big double. 6-5. Oh, that's fun.
That plays.
Yep. Yeah, you don't want to run if you don't have to.
And it's a common error. You typically do want to put guys onto the empty points. You want to cover them. You're not thinking, oh my goodness, if he leaves a shot, what?
Right? He shouldn't lift. He shouldn't use that ace as a lift. He should have just gone 8-7 because that way he'd have a 6-5 to play. Now 6-1. Oh, 5-3.
5-3. Okay.
Yep. And now he's gonna have to leave with a 5 and.
Maybe he wanted to think about coming out with the 5 and duplicate 4s on both spots, but then at least you've got contact and you can't hold this position anyway.
Right. Yeah, but being anchored on the 4, Victor's going to be leaving some fly shots too. He shouldn't have switched over 8-7 anyway, because he would have had a little more play. But now he's forced out with any 5. All right, so where's the ace, Vic? You're either breaking your board or you're giving 9s and 8s and 9s.
8s and 9s. And you got to respect that 5-point board across from you.
Right.
I don't think you can leave that. That's 78. I don't know. I mean, even if you have a blot in your home board, if you get the shot, you're gonna hit it. When Frank comes out, he's gonna hit it if he can. 78 adjusts. And you got to look. There's a few numbers like with 4-1, 4-2 that are going to bust Frank's board. They happen.
Yep.
Okay.
All the way.
Go with 1. You don't want to leave the double shot.
Yeah. Perfect roll for Vic.
Perfection.
Yeah. Now Frank needs double 4, 4, 6.
Well, he got half what he needed.
As well block the double 4. Yep,
Sneaky fast.
that's it. All right, so Victor's got to put him up again.
Yep. You're not going to leave him there, of course.
Magic number.
5-3, and so you're going to leave.
Shot's still available.
Double four is a great number regardless, so you're going to. That's what you leave.
Yep. Wow, not even to get checker off.
Well, you
Right,
know,
there it is.
Victor can still get gammoned here if he rolls double four. Just
6-2.
saying.
Right.
Oh, gee.
May as well peel. Wait, no, don't shift over.
Yeah, because the large doubles.
Yeah, large doubles are fine. You're still peeling a bunch off. And if you come in with a 4 or 6, like so.
I can't see how many checkers he's got off. But
6-3.
even our
He's
odds
got,
make a difference there.
all right, Victor gets access to the cube next game. It's gonna be, good old 1 away, 11 away.
Be out of way, so he won't be turning it immediately.
This is good because I make some stupid comments during Crawford games apparently. So I'll be back in my element.
Right. Post Crawford games. That's really your specialty, Rich. Post Crawford games.
Yes, I'm a monster with the cube post Crawford. I got to tell you,
Right.
especially when I'm the one away player.
Right.
All right. What is he, about 7%? 7%?
I don't think we can measure it. What 10?
All right. Well, this better be a cube, right?
Yeah.
Nope. Victor's gonna.
Victor doesn't need to cube until he's like.
Right, but it doesn't. Like I always believe that makes no sense.
Well, if you don't know your take point, it makes sense.
Yeah, but if I really want to get my 4 points instead of my slime out, and he may have passed a bad. Like, oh, he passed a bad cube. How about I earn the 4 points I really want?
Yeah, well, I'm with you there, Carter. You know, particularly with myself, because I have no short-term memory. I find that the biggest risk is that I forget to cube, not my opponent doing something stupid. You know, a slight pass when it's a take, or vice versa.
Why is he not
You know,
cubing now?
when you don't cube, you actually risk that you forget to do it on time.
I don't know
Or
what
it-
strategies.
Just waiting for a market move.
Yeah, he's already got a market loser. It's that the fact that he's losing 12-2. That's the market that he's lost. He needs the 4 points.
Yeah, well, you know, stuff like this can happen,
Yeah.
for example.
Oh yeah, Jinsky.
So after this and double 6, does he lose it?
Right. Get a cube finally, Vic.
I mean,
It's worth spinning your clock on.
yeah.
Yeah. And just so everybody knows, you know, the at this score, when you've got an even number, so Victor's got 2. It is only a pass when you lose a gammon more often than you win games. That's the point that you're.
You didn't play that legally. 6-4. It should have been to the 2. It should have been to the 3-point. Not that it's going to be a big difference. Oh,
Oh,
however,
however.
bang.
This could get him gammon.
And,
Yeah.
and
Oh, double hit. Victor's just been playing with his food.
There's Joker's parents.
Yes.
well, I guess Victor's been saving them all match.
All right, Frank really wants a 4 here.
We'll probably take 2 of them.
Yeah, take 2. They're small. Victor did not want double 4s here.
Sure did.
Doubles are not always good,
No.
especially when it's the largest double that doesn't escape.
Right.
Switch.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have
Wait.
to switch.
Horrible.
Terrible, terrible.
I mean, there are 7 checkers that can move a 4, and 3 of them are outside. So clearly, something has to give on the inside.
Right. Okay, sure, the easy one.
Give. He's just playing now, but of course he's not going to leave 3 blots.
2 more, Vic.
Make 5-point goal.
I mean, you do want your
And then if
5s
you
and
roll,
6s
yeah.
coming out, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you're clearing you probably your 5.
He's played 2.
But with 3 on
Yeah, he's
the
got
roof,
2 left.
with 3 on the roof, you can win this game and even win a gammon without having to, make more homeboard points. So yeah, I think that's the right idea. You want to, not leave the extra blot in the homeboard and get hit, because that's pretty much death.
Oh, speaking of death.
He's cooperating.
So now of course you're going to
Yeah,
lift that checker. Well, actually,
just
you
make
can
it.
lift the 6-point. That is an option.
I think you lift the 6. He's got 3. He's got to get around.
Yeah.
Out. If you get popped here, then all of a sudden he still has a 4-point board. You really don't want to get hit.
When you keep rolling, 4s or less, you want points to land on. So I think the idea is you make the 4-point, and now the guys on the bar have a place to go.
Right. Yep.
From the bar.
Mm-hmm. And then.
Oh, that was a good roll.
Yep.
Looks like double ace, right?
Right.
And I think you want to step up from the 24-point.
Right. And then obviously 2 to 1.
That's all that's left.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean the 5s, which will break your 6-point, are already coming out. So it's the 4s that are really the problem.
Or 3s.
Okay, and there
5,
it is.
4. Yeah. Victor's got time for this now. All right, now you stay back. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bad number.
No.
Oh, is that
Double
cock?
4s.
Yeah, it was cock. Yeah.
Yeah, not the worst yet.
It's
Yeah.
5.
The next one's going to be awkward.
Sweat.
The next one's fine too. He still got 3 in the air. That one gets more awkward. All right, Frank.
Frank.
Here's your move.
Oh,
What did Victor do? Did he like pick a nun before going to the tournament?
Oh my God.
All right.
at this point, even the small numbers start not
Here we
playing.
go.
Yeah. This is pretty huge. Now Victor's gonna have to run a gauntlet. Oh, can't even run the gauntlet. Now Frank gets to hit loose with twos and ones.
And,
There's your one.
and suddenly Frank has the stronger home board.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh,
That was a pretty good response from Vic.
Victor gets all the good rolls here. Yeah, you're going to want to block double sixes here.
Yeah. So you go. Yeah. You
And
switch.
you're not only blocking double sixes, you're blocking double fours and double threes. So clearly, you have to make that 6 point. Yeah. It's eights, nines, and tens, but it's better than a direct. And you know, some of the big numbers are forced to come out and leave a shot. So I think you certainly want to stay back there.
Well, not the 8, the 9, or the 10.
Well, some of them, I say. Like a 6-1, right? You know.
Yeah, that's a 7. That's a mediocre roll.
Okay. I meant rolls with sixes and fives, but yes, you're right.
Okay, there we are.
Get to the play.
Got two more, right?
Yeah, he's got one more. He shifted over. He's
Okay.
got one more.
Oh, yeah. Well, then you're not going to give a direct 6.
Right. So he's going to go 3 to 1, and he's taking his time because he's got plenty of time because he spent all his time on the bar.
Right.
So Vic's saying if there's any merit to giving the 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look a roll ahead, right? So Frank is either going to be out in the outfield and you're shooting at him, or he's going to be dumping blots into his home board. You know, you don't want to pay now when paying later is going to be advantageous to you.
Right.
Oh, 6.
Just a few numbers, like you're saying, that 5s and 6s that are first to come out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a lot.
If he hits it,
You need it.
Yeah, his worst is like a 5-2.
Yeah.
Or 6-1, 5-2.
Well, 15 numbers get by 8. So, you know, that's,
Yeah, but it's 8, 9, 10, Scott.
yeah, exactly.
So
But the other problem is that Frank does have a fair number of numbers that make points in the outfield next turn, and then that checker in the outfield can't just stay there anymore. Well, actually, he can't stay anyway unless there's tiny number.
he didn't play the last 2.
Yeah.
I think he
He
stacked it
hits.
on the 8s.
He missed.
Okay, so that's a miss.
It's a 6 and a 5.
Yeah, I just run from the front.
Yeah, I think at this point you run from the 6 point and you leave all that coverage.
Right,
Even if he hits you, it's still a shot.
right.
Small numbers are going to pay off.
Like this one pays off huge. The triple shots.
So that's 75% to hit right here. As bad as it looks, 25% of the time you're just plain missing.
Yeah, but Frank's
And he
Oh!
misses.
what the hell?
Okay. So you don't want to get gammoned.
Crossover.
So I think that's what you're doing. Now you want to spread them out. You don't want to make the point. You don't need the 14 point.
Yeah, but the double fours play efficiently in now.
Right? You're trying to get off gammon, so you want to spread your checkers out. You don't want to be combining them and giving yourself less options of how to play.
Right.
Well, it doesn't matter if there's a lot.
Yeah.
It's going to be more gammons than the alternative, whatever it is.
All right, Victor's going to get 2 points. Come on down with the other four. No wasting any pips right now.
Okay, and that ought to do it.
That does it.
Well, not yet.
Yeah, however, yeah, 2-1. There we are.
Oh,
Yeah, you stacked them, yeah.
okay.
Yeah. All right. 9 away, 1 away. Woohoo!
Well, things have improved. I think we've gone from what 5% to 6%.
Again, I just like cubing here. I want to. I mean,
I mean, this is, he makes his 5%. Anchor up. There you go.
4-3 anchor.
Well, that wasn't a market loser.
Yeah. What the?
I don't know what strategy he's employing. Actually, an underdog.
Well, it's the strategy of possibly getting a pass when it's really a take.
He's not dropping this.
Well, there comes a point in which it's
He wants to give
you
him a
know
tough decision. where he-
Yeah, but so many times you blow your market. So many times it's like, oh look, I waited, and now you're like, what? I could have won 4.
Yeah, but this is Victor. He knows what he's doing.
Victor does know what he's doing.
6-3 here.
But it,
Yeah.
So is Victor's rule? He's thinking maybe.
He wants to split or slide.
What about making the 5?
You can even just make it and dare him to come off that.
Yeah, exactly. You give him a 4s and 3s, and chances are you're going to have returns back. He's only got a 2-point board.
you still have
He has
a
his 5.
you still have a spare on the midpoint, so you can remake those points. It's an interesting play.
I mean, you can also come into the 3 and split the back.
The thing is, you've got nothing else attractive around the board, so you got to start thinking about
Yeah, I'm
ugly
okay
plays.
with this play.
Oh. Right on his back. Okay.
Well, the safe play didn't work.
Oh, and here we are.
Maybe you come out to the bar with the 4. Did I miss? What did he go? He went to the 2.
6-4. I may be hitting there. Oh. Fun 6.
6-2.
Right.
I think you got an anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, any ace. Yep. Smack. And you can come 2 down.
You got to unstack the.
Yeah.
There's a blot and a 2-point board on the other side. You're not going to worry too much.
Oh, fun 6. Cocked.
Anchor up.
Is that a 3-1?
Anchor up. No, you hit, Scotty. Anchor up. What kind of crazy talk is that?
Well, this might
Yeah,
be
he
a
might anchor up.
this might be an anchor up opportunity.
Why are you making points that you're trying to get rid of?
I just run
Because he's
here.
got
Just run.
3s.
That's right. Just run.
Just get out.
But if you anchor and then you come down to the bar, that's actually a pretty decent play because
What a great
the
contact. that
2
kid.
open points in the home board are 2 away, and the 2 blots in the outfield are 2 away. It tends to mean you're going to leave a lot less shots.
All ones and threes. That fire.
Right, but he has no board. He has a slotted 2. Right now, you can afford to play a little bit bolder.
I like that one. What is that?
That was cocked. One die got stuck in the baffle box. And 6-4.
Or you could have just run that other checker around.
I just get break contact completely.
I just run now.
I mean, making the bar is pretty good because if that
Landing.
checker comes in on the ace point, you've got it blocked.
All right, what? You're avoiding double 3s?
Yeah. I just clear it.
All right, well, Victor hasn't been rolling that lucky anyway, so.
Yeah, so now that's just going to come all the way to the, I think, to the 6 point.
Right. You want to have some builders for that ace. 3-6. And there are plenty of return shots here.
One of them.
No, not quite.
Keep going with that 3.
Yeah, you just want to get that guy around. If he hits back, there's blots everywhere.
Six.
Well, I see the value of the board.
Yeah.
Clean up that blot.
They have a shot here.
No,
Victor does not want to be on the bar.
not against that board.
I mean,
What, you
is he
think
thinking?
he's playing
Is he
16,
thinking?
13?
He can't be thinking of hitting here. Then I guess.
Hitting. Gonna hurt him.
Well, sure.
Hitting is crazy talk.
He's too deep on the three.
I might be thinking of making a point with Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can make the ace or the deuce.
I mean,
16 numbers aren't getting
Yeah.
by for him.
And give him what's going to be the so he probably should make the 2.
well, if you're gonna make the point, then you come to the 11 point and dupe the
See that.
4s. You know. Oh,
There
good
you
thing he
go.
didn't dupe the 4s.
Yeah, there's those duplicated 4s.
Yeah, I mean, as Neil Kazarow says, when you duplicate, you make
Yeah,
jokers.
just give him a better joker. Right. Double 3.
I mean, there are no checkers out of play yet. And
Right.
that 9 point is not going to clear itself so easily.
I think he's going to pay
He will with the rest of these 4s.
Oh yeah, right.
Pay off to the
Oh
seven, I
no,
think.
no, you clear it while you can. You got a blot in the home board.
Board's just getting stronger on the other side.
Yeah, this isn't the right concept. Your 6-4 just sucks.
Six.
Oh, who did somebody say a
I
6-4?
said 6-4 sucks. Yeah.
Well, you're not going to leave the double shot. So the 6 is forced. You got to
Right.
play that, and then you look for the 4.
And there's only the one reasonable 4, so that's to the 2. But you didn't have to be in this situation.
Is Victor
Don't
thinking
forget
of
the
doubling
cube.
finally?
Don't forget the cube.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Did we all
Yeah,
forget the
I
cube?
think we
all
Might have
forgot.
just rolled there.
Yeah, you see, this is why Victor doesn't double, because he doesn't forget about the cube. And he hits. Well, again, what was gained by not cubing, right? We're back
Right.
would have been.
Precisely. Well, there's no doubt that at least one is getting hit, if not two.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, two. I thought two.
What was your second best roll? What was your second best?
4 or 5, because then you get an extra shot at the extra aces.
Well, you don't get hit with the double threes either.
Right. All right. So obviously, you don't give him a double threes. So hit that other checker.
Well, I think you hit on the 8, and then you come to the midpoint with the 2.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, come to the mid, so then you get rid of the double threes. But you can't sit there and give him the one joker he has.
No, of course not. When there's only one thing that can go wrong, you don't leave it.
And yet, here we are.
Double threes.
Right. Unnecessary. Unnecessary. One, two, three, 4. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so hard. You get so accustomed to wanting to gammon your opponent that you realize a lot of times in these positions you need to clear things and just win the game.
Right.
Particularly at this score.
Yeah.
Frank needs 1 point here. He doesn't need 2 points, and he certainly doesn't need 4 points.
Right.
Easy days on NFL Sunday. Yeah. 6-3.
What
All
else?
right.
Jeez.
There's a shot.
For the spectators, nobody wants to watch a boring bear off. And he hits.
Oh, well, there you are.
Oh, no, he was on the bar. I'm sorry.
Right.
2 or 1 with it. I get a repeater.
One last shot. All right. This may be important, Vic. Nope.
He's got it.
Is there a double one? In
Does
the
he? Does he have a checker off?
Yeah. All right. That's good.
Well, a little bit of a
Okay.
steamroll.
Well done.
Good,
Carter.
Vic.
Yeah.
That was a crime.
I think that was the Master Semi. The winner will be playing Marty in the finals. Who's also in the finals of the main. So 2 finals for Marty tomorrow. And I think we're done for tonight. The finals are scheduled for 9 a.m. tomorrow.
No, well, I'm going to be at a wedding, so good talking to you guys. Sorry I won't be able to commentate.
Thanks for joining, Carter.
Yeah. It's a lot
Good to
of
hear your
fun.
voice, Carter. Be well.
No worries. Sorry I'm not there. I'll see you guys soon.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Stop stream.